My VIP cohort, I got news and I want to teach something very important. It deals with the idea that we own something. And I want to say is that nothing is. The word to that is guaranteed. Welcome, my VIP cohort. I'm back, and I wanted to speak on something that is very important that I think most of us need to develop in a resilience. And that is nothing is guaranteed, and don't try to offer things of guaranteed. All too often, we want to offer these guaranteed things, but in honest perspective, we can't really guarantee it. If a logistic chain falls down, we can do our best to recuperate and give back and be a steward to make sure that there's plans in place. But even at that, we can't truly be foolproof in what we do. So we have to come with some sort of peace, knowing that whatever we do, it can be destroyed. Even if I wrote my book, 1,000 years from now, I don't know if it will be read by somebody. Hopefully it's preserved, but there's no guarantee of it. The same way that we'll walk across. There might be a chance that something may carry onward. We may hold the hope that something that we share can be passed along to the generations that come after us. But in the full limelight of things, I think it's just best to be at peace with what all we do, keep records as best to our ability, and if it falls, then we've done all in our possibility to preserve it. And create more layering and more copies that can span the risk so not everything gets destroyed. So the empire has one little fragment that can share through a whole legacy. An event just happened to me on my lead gen. It's Claudora. I woke up and I saw on my ProTime mail, hey, we're shutting down. Times are looking a little tough. We had this big dream 10 years ago, but direction of the company, we're shutting her down on July 31st. Keep in mind, I've only pulled probably about 10% of my total things from it because they have limits to their draws. And I sat here and I was like, holy crap. Emergency, emergency, emergency. Let me see how much I can do and how much I can build out. And that's one thing that always keeps humbling me. Try to always get the information to another source to protect something. So in the event something else is lost, there's still something that can be drawn upon. And if it's live for everybody, then it's shared to everybody so they can make copies themselves and seed it. The greatest thing that we can do is not have our ego tied to something so much monetarily that we forget ourselves. And that's something that takes a little bit of time to really recognize. Yeah, it's a little rough, but keep in mind, I'm pretty calm at it. I had another software before this Cloudora called Ranks Pro, and it was pretty much like SEO and taking a look at websites and giving you a whole run of analytics of what's going on it. And they shut down. And these were lifetime softwares that I got from AppSumo. And somebody might say, well, Phil, aren't you angry or mad? And the answer is, not really. Nothing kind of surprises me at this point. Because when you adopt the part where nothing is guaranteed, you just know that you have to roll with the punches and then have another one to go to. It might cost a little bit more, yet you are the value. If you have the ability to transition immediately and go find the thing that you need, and I always will come to this, don't regret doing the thing. I don't regret purchasing these things because now I see how the thing works. It gives me ideas, so now I can go use a large language model and start maybe building out something that's closely aligned with it. And then if I don't have the services, Well, let me go to some professional that offers that service, even if it costs something. So now I'm in the position where I can funnel more viable leads to my pipeline through a CRM. If I never went after those types of things, I would still be stuck on base one. And I would just be like, sucks, man. Sucks. No hope. I'm giving up, putting in the towel. And that is a real legitimacy of these types of things. Even with this Vipelex. Not at this time, but sometimes when you grow and you can't sustain itself, you will fall and lose it. And that's why it's so important to create records and to preserve what type of things you did so someone can read and then implement and then know that there's impermanence. There's not some lifelong eternity unless it somehow becomes immortal and immortalized. But I'm not seeing that. I see more that we'll have to lose to gain. And we just have to be calm in the middle and observe what's going on and then shift accordingly and put resources towards the things that get us to where we want to go. And I want to thank those who will come along on this journey in the future, and it will be something marvelous. In school, we have a time limit. We can't stay in school forever. We have to go out and do things. Then there's a time limit on that. And then time limit on the next. Time limit is running in the, how would you call it? Right in the background. We don't see it visually, but it's always ticking. And we think it's slow. But in actuality, it's neither slow or fast. It's just a constant state. And if we live our lives in accordance with the things that we value and cherish, we'll be okay with it. And when we partner with people, they'll help us they'll help our blind spots. That's a better word, not subsidize. So you see, I'm butchering the word. So just take peace in that fact. Things are meant to be imperfect. They're meant to be enjoyed and gone after in a long scape of things. And give up guarantees. That's what I would say. There is no guarantee on anything. Things are rough at times. Things are great at times. But things shift. And the ability to shift is what makes all the difference. And if we're too stubborn in our ways not to try to learn other ways of doing things, we'll fall. But there is a good part about stubbornness at times. If you stay focused on that one thing, you can see greater results and then take those principal teachings of that and find similarity in the other things built. And then it takes the learning curve heavily down. Now, you may be coming to, why are you rambling? This sounds like a bunch of hoobly jubilee, and I wouldn't blame you. I wanted to convey to you that things happen. The investments we make will fall out. It's the way it goes. But it's our ability to do the opposite as well. Give out a service, go out there and do things, share something with somebody, and then they can go create something too. It's not allowing ourselves to just think that we're the only central focal point, but we're willing to take that self and go after it. I know it sounds really crazy, but stay with me for a second. If I put myself first in the beginning and I make sure that I learn all the skills, make sure I know all the documentation type, even without capital, I am more positioned as an offer opportunity because I now understand the whole list of things that are requirements. And I can distinguish it and navigate people through the things and intuitively go after. Rather than someone who's, dare say, a rookie that's coming in and is trying, but it could really backfire because they don't really know what they're doing. That's why delegation is very important. But when you don't have funds, you got to just put on that hat and understand it. And after understanding that hat, you go a full wide lens of this world. And people will respect you for that. And that's a good thing. But some won't. So you can't expect that. You see, Falling back, there's no guarantee, but there's a higher degree of respect for those that see many fields and come back and try to frame it in the way that they want to be understood. Because people talk too much, but fail to listen. And it does its thing. So, leaving out, though nothing's guaranteed, you will have losses, but just go after it and look at the opportunity as well. Things that we do today can always be the teacher, so stack those teachings, keep records, keep an inner citadel of falling back to, so there's something that can be living source of what you've done. And enjoy the process. Don't get angry at the fact that the rain comes down and breaks one shingle. Don't get angry at the fact that a tree falls after a lightning strike. Be only angry is that you never went out and tried or done things to preserve over the course of your life. It doesn't have to be 100%. Most people never be. But if you can take that 1% and apply it somewhere, then you're living a life well lived. So to my VIP cohort, I'm going to be signing out. Deuces.